Hello and welcome to another retro video game stream on original hardware. Tonight we're going to be playing an old favorite of mine from when I was renting Super Nintendo games as a kid. This is one of the first games that I ever sought out to collect after the fact. I used to rent this game and play it with my dad cooperatively, and I really enjoyed it. It is not considered a particularly great shoot 'em up on the Super Nintendo. It is a little bit slow paced, but the graphics are pretty good. The music's pretty good. I'm not sure why it's not letting me skip this intro. There we go. Option. There we go. So it's really not that great as a single player shoot 'em up. It is better two-player cooperative, and the reason why is when you're playing two-player cooperative, you can link the two fighters together. And there's two different ways you can do it. You can link it together where the ship is side by side, and you can kind of shoot out like this in a fanning motion, and then so one person controls that gun and the other person controls the movement. And then there's another way you can link the ships vertically like this, and then one person controls the ship and one person controls the gun like a turret. And that's actually the best way to play the game, and it's really useful because one person can blast things that come from behind on the screen, and while the other player kind of manages what's going on in front. Most people don't know that about this game, that this game is actually really good with two players, and it has a reputation of being kind of a boring, forgettable shoot 'em up on the Super Nintendo. But I think that's in part because most people don't have the opportunity to play these games two-player. Now, I'm only going to play this solo tonight. I might play it sometime with my kids, but I'm just going to play it by myself and demonstrate the game and see how far we can get. I played on the normal mode, and I bumped my player count up. I don't try to do straight-up 1cc. I've never beat this game. It is a little bit slow, but it is... it's still pretty fun. It has some really huge explosions. It has some pretty neat weapons. It has a neat system where you can pick any of the weapons available, but you only get to use it once per level, so you have some strategy about which weapon you want to bring. There's some neat weapon graphics. One of the weapons in this game that I really like is this weapon called the spray missile, and it just kind of sprays like a shotgun, these little tiny mini missiles. And it reminds me of, anime, Macross, Robotech. It's a really neat aesthetic, and I haven't ever seen that in other shoot 'em ups. I think I've seen it in one other shoot 'em up that's similar. There's a game called Einhinder on the PlayStation that has a mini missile pack you can use. It's kind of like that, and it's cool. So. Anyway, I wouldn't call this game a hidden gem, but it's definitely a shoot 'em up that's not considered to be very good, that has some cool things about it that people might want to take a look at and revisit. So we'll go ahead and get started. I bumped my player count up to 9. Why can I not? Okay, start button needs to be clean on this controller. Anyway, so you give a timer to pick your weapon. I'm going to go ahead and pick something normal-ish. Atomic missile is okay. Atomic missile, that's a really huge bomb. I'll take that. Why not? We'll use that. There's some big boss ships that you want to use that on in this. So what you're seeing right now is actually how a lot of this game kind of is. It's sort of plain. And that's the criticism about this game. But it does get harder, and the screen does get more busy. There's a lot of the levels that are just kind of like ho-hum. Bad guys come on the screen. But I like the explosions. I like that your ship starts out with a decent amount of firepower with the kind of rapid quad shot. In the harder difficulties, you start with a much lousier weapon. And it is as much fun. Those little B-2 bombers refill your special weapon, which is that meter on the left there, a little red meter. You know, normally when you're shooting like spray missiles, it goes down in beats. But if you use the atomic missile, it uses the whole meter all at once, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna fight a boss like balloon thing. Here we go. We're gonna use it on this thing. Oh, it doesn't use it all. Okay, nice. The mega laser uses it all at once. The music can be a little repetitive, but it could be worse. I've wanted to stream this game for a while, actually, because it's one of the first games that I collected. I had it in a completed box back when it was cheap. Like, you know, they couldn't give it away. I think I bought it in college before anyone was collecting Super Nintendo stuff. So I probably paid, you know, $15 completed box for it on eBay. Maybe less. It's been a long time. But I had this, was a game that I rented a bunch that I wanted, and I had UN Squadron was one that I rented a whole bunch, and I'm going to play that on stream too. That's a really good stream up. That one's actually considered really good. It's not a hidden gem or anything. Not that this one, like I said, is necessarily a hidden gem. It's only a hidden gem in the sense that people don't know how much fun it is to play with two people. It has its flaws. But that being said, it's better than some other shoot-em-ups you find, like D-Force. There's some pretty lousy shoot-em-ups out there. And I like it better than some rare ones, too, like Imperium, which is kind of a mech vertical shooter. That game's okay. It's very rare, so it's sort of valuable. But I think Srike Gunner is better. It's more fun. And it's interesting because the Super Nintendo is not considered a really great shoot-em-up system. I don't know why it has that reputation. I don't know if it's because it's overshadowed by the TurboGrafx PC Engine, or Genesis, or whatever, but I actually think there's some really good shoot-em-ups on the Super Nintendo. UN Squadron is really good. It's really fun. It's got a little mild RPG element where you collect money, buy new fighters. People know about Space Megaforce now, although it's usually by its Japanese name, Super Olesto. Axlay is really good, although I didn't play Axlay back in the day. I only found out about it later. Probably could be firing more atomic bombs here. There we go. One thing that's a little bit of a bummer in this game is that if you die, you lose all of your weapon power-ups. You can power up your main gun. Mine's got like 4 or 5 stages to it right now. I don't know how much further it goes than that because I usually die. And then you lose all of your weapon power-ups. It's easy. Atomic missile, atomic bomb took care of that. This cool giant fighter comes and takes you away. It's cool. This game's great. I like it. I'm glad I get a chance to play one of my. So you can't use atomic missile anymore. I don't think there's anything that shows up behind you in this one, so I'm gonna take. The shield. That thing stinks. to decide when you want to use the various weapons that are good. Auto-aim Vulcan's one of the best. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's good for killing bosses. Homing missiles are good because they kill things behind you. Spray missiles are obviously really fun. I might just take the spray missiles next because they're so much fun. I do kind of wish you could turn down the volume of the music. You might be able to. Easy with the lasers. Yeah, it's a giant, like, B1 boss. It's cool that the fighters and tanks and stuff in this are kind of semi-recognizable from the era, you know, like mid-90s, you know, world fighter planes. Like bombers and stuff. But also, like, balloons and helicopters. Really weird things. I know this seems really, like, boringly easy, and it is to some degree, but it does get harder. Once stuff starts showing up from the back of the screen, bottom of the screen, it gets a lot worse. You kind of have to have the right weapon to defeat that stuff. If you can't shoot behind you, it's really bullet helly. That's why the auto-aim Vulcan, like, you kind of want to save that for a level that you know you're going to have to shoot stuff behind the fighter plane. And part of the reason I like this when I was a kid is it appeals to me in the way that I like a lot of shoot 'em ups, where you just kind of are super overpowered and blast everything on the screen. I know there's people who like the kind of challenge/puzzle game with really hard sort of bullet hell style shoot 'em ups, but I like shoot 'em ups where you just get powered up and smash everything. I like the sort of relaxing. Okay, now we got stuff behind the fighter here I gotta deal with. That's what I was talking about. This can get pretty miserable. I wasn't sure when they would show up. Lasers made short work of that guy. What's I saying? Oh, yeah. So having a relaxing shoot 'em up is just fine. It doesn't have to be bullet hell all the time. I get that it's sort of mildly boring, but for me, like, a shoot 'em up is a way to unwind to some degree. You just want to blow stuff up, and STG Strike Gunner is a great one for that. Just blow stuff up, shoot cool weapons. You don't have to find them. You get to pick them right away, and it's really fun with two players, where the other person is controlling either the guns or the ship, the fighter. I love that. Wow, that was fast. Normally it takes a long time to kill that boss. Lasers rage short order that guy. All right, we should try the mini missiles. They're really fun. You can kind of get them to get stuff behind you. All right, that's what I'm talking about. See, these like clouds of mini missiles. And you can hold down the trigger and just kind of like keep spraying them, which is really fun. Such like a 80s action movie score. You're in a fighter, lots of guns, exploding things. Get that tank. You can kind of hit stuff on the side of you with the spray missiles, which is good. You need to have a way to wipe that stuff out. You know what? Oh, I finally died. That's fun. See, at level 1, your gun is already kind of partially powered up, so you don't lose too much from your battle. It just starts you out with like stage 4 or whatever of the main gun. Eat mini missiles. So you actually don't want that because it makes the weapon fire a lot slower, even though it's more powerful. But it's okay. Mini missiles. Missiles. power up, be real bad. So we're at the boss. One of those deals where if you find the right spot you can hit the boss but not be hit, it's a little too easy. That being said, I've died on that boss plenty of times. Just played this game a lot through the years. It's a personal favorite. Alright, we should take I guess we should take stinks. I guess I'll take homing missile. I want to be able to shoot stuff that comes in from behind, and I think this level has much of that. The next level is when we go into space, and I think you want like a boss killer weapon for that. If I recall. You might go into space on this one. Yeah, the premise, you know, we kind of skipped the the intro there. It's, you know, aliens are invading, I don't know, something. It's 2008, and the world needs a savior. Like all shoot-'em-ups, you know, two, you know, crack pilots are assigned to save humanity and the Earth. What have you. In a way, they're not really being any stories somehow. Kind of shoot 'em ups, like, just give me what I want, you know? I want to blow stuff up. Probably didn't need to use missiles there, but oh well. Well, I guess I'll have to settle for the better weapon. With a wider range. But I've said this before about shoot 'em ups. You know, part of the appeal is the sort of mindless destruction of them. You just don't have to think. You know, there's the thing where you get into a game so much you have what they call like flow just in the game, and you forget about everything else. You talk about getting that with puzzle games or with RPG that you're really immersed in. For me, a shoot 'em up has that when you're just focused on destroying everything. I think this is the giant carrier. This thing has this thing where like they give you like a free flyby to blow stuff up, which is kind of weird. And then there's these missile launchers you gotta take out. Boom. Like I said, massive explosions. Love it. Love huge explosions in my shoot 'em ups. Bigger the better. Alright, we need something that can kill bosses because we're going into space. I'm going to take the Mega Beam Cannon. This thing's pretty fun. It just destroys a boss, like just blows it up. It's this giant beam. Unfortunately, it's not very useful on little guys like this. But I feel like in this particular level, I want a boss killer because the boss is fairly challenging in this level. Last time I played this, I couldn't get past it. I wasn't trying super hard, but I really needed some of the gun power up. This lower rate of fire stinks. This is pretty droll, I gotta say. I hate it when stuff comes from the back of the screen. It's the worst. I could have shot my mega cannon there. Oh, I missed! No, I didn't. Hopefully I don't need that for the final boss. Make a mistake. That might have been a mistake. I have to fight the boss now. Yep, I do. I screwed up. I think. Maybe not. Okay, we're fine. Yeah! Yeah! Last time I played this, that thing gave me a hard time. Not with a mega laser. Boom! Smoked. Alright. Well, I haven't gotten to this other level here very often, so we're going to play with the auto-aim Vulcan, even though it's probably a waste. I just love the gun so much, I want to play with it. It's really fun. Music is different. Different is good. All this game had to do was be a little bit more interesting with its levels, and it probably would be better regarded. Yes, auto-aim Vulcan. So when you play two-player, the other person, when you're connected vertically, gets to do auto-aim Vulcan all the time. And I think they have an ammo meter, but it's still awesome. And you can switch to the other person when you run out of ammo, and then they get to do the Vulcan. Shoot 360 degrees. And you can still use your weapons, too. So you can have auto-aim Vulcan and the 360 Vulcan. It's really cool. Another really good power-up that's left, I think, is the plasma shield. It's really good. This is basically invulnerability. Limited invulnerability. I don't remember how many stages there are. lived long enough to get back to the full gun power-up. I'm not familiar with this boss. Ah! I don't know if I should be saving the auto-aim Vulcan or not. Maybe yes. Ah. Those things. Oh no. Okay. Well, it cost us some ships, but we beat it. That's good. I haven't played that boss before. I guess there's a spot you can sit, but man. You can try the heat arrow. That's pretty good too. It's like a 360 attack. Not sure how good it is for bosses though. Try the plasma shield next. What? You know, people ask sometimes in the shmup, Facebook, or not Facebook, Discord, and Reddit forums and stuff, they'll say, you know, recommend a good starter shooter that's not too hard. I would actually recommend STG Srike Gunner in the sense that it's pretty easy and forgiving, but it's still pretty fun and it has some challenging parts. You know, part of the reason I liked it when I was a kid was it was easier. And you can bump the difficulty up and make it a lot harder if you want. I'm not sure it makes it any more fun, but you can make it harder. Like I said, the levels are a little too monotonous. The enemies are a little too predictable. Not through the whole game, but through a large part of the game. Made it to the moon, apparently. last ship. Oh no, I died. Alright, we'll continue. I always feel bad doing that after being a part of the shmup community where you try to try to clear stuff, but it's okay. We're just playing for fun. Don't often get to this level, so be good practice. I usually die on that space satellite boss. Guy stinks. Got a little too cute. See? Practice makes perfect. Arrow's been pretty good on this level, actually, even though it wasn't great for the boss fight. Lots of stuff coming out of the sides of the screen. This doesn't bode well. Some bullet hell. Great. Giant. Come on. Okay. See, that wasn't easy. The levels themselves are not particularly challenging. Boss fights are kind of tough. So it's this weird mix of being kind of, you know, monotonous destruction, which isn't terrible, for the reasons I've said. But then you have this sort of, like, colossal challenge. I do like the heat arrow, but I'm not sure it's powerful enough for the boss fight to be useful late in the game. I don't know. It might be better early on when you need something that can shoot enemies to the side and behind you, but the bosses aren't too tough. Might have been a bad pick. Ooh, I lost a life there when I shouldn't have. I feel like this isn't the final boss. We have one more stage after this, maybe? Probably? Companion fighter might have been okay on this one too. It's just decent for killing the boss and for killing all the bad guys. I'm not excited about this boss fight. Not gonna lie. gotta be a better spot. Come on. Die. Great. Maybe that is the final boss. I don't know. That's just pretty tough. Well, I know we have more continues, but I think we're just going to stop for tonight because I think I picked the wrong weapon and I don't want to just keep dying on repeat on the boss. I also feel like, I don't know, kind of dubious about using continues, just even though I know it's no big deal because I'm so used to playing, to try to 1cc a game, even though I bumped the number of ships up to 9, which is kind of like cheating. Anyway. So yeah. We'll know better for next time to bring a different weapon. That's the only problem with STG Strike Gunner, amongst the other problems that it has, is that if you pick the wrong weapon for a level, you're kind of hosed. You're in bad shape. You're kind of stuck with it, which is not great, obviously, as we see. Some cool Mode 7 graphics here. Alright, well, anyway, that is STG Strike Gunner, or Strike Gunner STG on the Super Nintendo. And actually, pretty fun, lesser-known vertical shoot-'em-up on the system. I collect shoot-'em-ups, I have for a long time. I got this when I was back in college for cheap, completed box. And I used to rent it when I was a kid. Enjoyed playing quite a bit with my dad. So it has a special, memory for me compared to, I think most people would probably find this after the fact. They're like, this game isn't that great. So, anyway, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with some more retro video games on original hardware, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.